Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I finally got a chance to sit down and watch the season finale. We've had a lot of mid-season finales of shows lately, but this is the season 2 finale of Ash vs. Evil Dead. This episode was entitled Second Coming. And at the very beginning of the episode, we see it continues on from where the last episode left, where we see Ash and this cute college girl. They're not doing what you might think they're doing. No, he showed up. The setup to all of this is insane. This whole season has been insane. In fact, let me just take the chance right now to say that I've loved this season of Ash vs. Evil Dead. I think it's been even stronger than season 1, and I enjoyed season 1, but this season has been so crazy, so out of control, and so many great nods and references to just the history of the movies, really acknowledging the events that have happened. So I love that. And when Pablo died, I was shocked, absolutely shocked and floored, and I couldn't believe that they would kill off a major character like that. But they decide to go back in time, which is something that they've done in Army of Darkness, so it's in the mythology. So they use this spell, they go back in time, they go to 1981, so right before Ash and his friends and his sister go to the cabin in the original movie. They go there and they find the guy who Ash hears on the tape, and he's talking about this book and his wife and everything that went on there. They find him, they find the wife chained up, she's possessed, and that's how this girl, who I guess went there with the guy, because the guy was going to put the demon into the girl out of his wife. I know, he deceived her. So it's the two of them trying to fend off the possessed wife, and it was gross in so many ways. They always go to the next level with the gross out humor, but it works. I was upset though. I was very upset because they did this last season also, where they were in the cabin for the finale as well, and these random people camping through the woods. This one girl in particular, because they all died, right? But the one girl, she was the last one, and she wound up with Ash and Kelly and Pablo with the group, and she seemed likable. She was the most innocent one out of anybody, and they viciously, brutally killed her. Cut to this one, and this girl who was completely innocent, completely just maybe naive that she came there, but she gets brutally murdered and just apparently torn apart by this demon. And it sucks to see somebody who just is innocent and doesn't deserve to die like that. Other people might not have cared, might have liked it because it was so bloody and gruesome. I do like bloody and gruesome deaths, I do, but again, I just felt for these characters. I kind of wish that maybe we don't always have to kill innocent people off like that. I know, call me a nice guy if you want. But this is probably one of the biggest nitpicks I've ever had. I admit that. But don't you ever notice how whenever a possessed person, a demon, a necromancer, whatever you call them, whenever they kill somebody that's not a main character, right? They just, it's quick, it's bloody, it's brutal, it's just, they tear them apart, it seems like. It's happened plenty of times. But whenever they grab Ash or grab Kelly and they're trying to fight them, it's just, they have a struggle and they have an actual fist-to-fist fight, or Ash is trying to go after it. And it's like, well, why don't they ever kill Ash that way? Obviously, you're not going to kill Ash, but it's like, whatever this thing just did to that girl, they never try to do that to the main characters. I know, it's a huge nitpick, but I'm going to go there. Now, Ruby, who has been with the group, who has turned good, and I've really liked Lucy Lawless as this new Ruby. We see her interact with the 1981 Ruby, a blonde Ruby, and it was interesting to see the good Ruby deal with the evil Ruby, and the good Ruby lost. First, I loved the line when Ash said, well, does this count if we all have sex right now? Is it still a threesome because you two are technically the same person? I love that. That made me laugh. But then evil Ruby kills good Ruby, and that it was sad to see her die. I do love, though, that she went out the way she did. She fended her off, and she got her head cut off, which is unfortunate. But we see that because of these events, because of Ash and Kelly going back in time and doing what they're doing, Ash regrows his hand, which was surprising, something I didn't even think about happening until it did. And I said, holy crap, that's awesome. And then Pablo, he was cut in half, and in the trunk, he was alive, and everything seemed to be going swell until Pablo just freaks out and cuts his own throat, and we see that it's not Pablo, that it's in fact this demon character, the father of the demons that they had been dealing with, and that surprised me, and that went for a new turn as Ash and Kelly were in trouble back in the cabin, and they were creating the demon kids from the book, and it seemed like there was nothing left to do until Ash challenges them to a fight and says, hey, if I win, then we stop this. If you win, you do whatever you want. And I love when Ash, just like he said, he's going along on the fly. He doesn't have any of this planned out. He's just making shit up. But he sounds confident. He sounds like a guy who knows what he's doing, even though he doesn't. That's what I love about him. And I love the fact that, sure, this guy, he cheated by turning into his sister, which I can't believe they got that same actress, and they finally brought her back, Cheryl. Like, I love that they finally referenced his sister for once. Even Ted Raimi, like, all of that was great. But then Ash outsmarts him, which I loved, and he cuts him in half, which was freaky, and then the whole cabin just burns to the ground, seemingly goes to hell, which I love that effect. And then I loved how Pablo just came out from the dirt, and it honored the deal. Pablo is now officially really alive. And then I love that. I love that we finally got a happy ending, unlike last season, which, sure, it was kind of weird that Ash just made the deal and let the bad guys almost win, in a sense, just to go on a vacation. It was weird. This, we finally see Ash beat out evil. And then I guess you cut to present time, and they're back home. Ash is being celebrated. And this was nice as well, but I couldn't help but wonder, wait a minute. If they went back in time and burnt down the cabin and seemingly stopped evil from happening from that point on, why did the events not change? Why did they not go back to present day? And why isn't his sister alive? Why isn't his friends alive? Why were they talking about what they thought he did or what happened? Like, it still happened. It shouldn't have happened. They should have altered time. If he regrows his hand, and if Pablo's alive, then that means that what they did had some effects. But why didn't it have a real effect? I don't know. I don't know if that was just something lost on the writers, or just something that maybe they thought nobody would notice. Because I definitely noticed. I was sitting here like, well, shouldn't this all be an alternate timeline now? Hello, McFly. Well, we see Ruby is still alive. She was amongst the crowd, but evil Ruby. So that's something to look forward to. We are getting another season 3. And then the very last thing we see is some little girl finds the book of the dead, of course, and takes it. So we're not done. We're far from done, but at least it was somewhat a happy ending. I still am confused about the timeline thing. Maybe somebody in the comments can let me know what's the deal, what happened. Maybe I missed something. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. Also, what did you think of the episode? What do you think of this whole season? Did you like it? Is it better than season 1? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later. Please won't you save my desires on fire. Sometimes you need a little peace at home. On fire.